Skyrim, the most northern sovereign territory in Tamriel. These renowned lands are home to some of the tallest mountains, deepest dungeons, and most mythical beasts in the world. Only the hardest of people settle here, fighting each day to survive the extreme challenges of these unforgiving lands. In this series, we will get up close and personal with both the natural and civilised worlds this frozen land has to offer. Welcome to An Adventurer's Guide to Skyrim, Episode 2, Wispmothers. Travelling through Skyrim is a rewarding yet inherently dangerous task. Not only are the elements unpredictable and harsh, the wildlife presents a constant threat. Imagine you are camping in a clearing of a dense forest. You have a warm fire and a belly full of meat and bread. Just as you start to drift off to sleep, you notice several dancing lights flitting between the trees in the near distance. Taking a closer look reveals them to be entrancing orbs of light, harmlessly floating around you, beckoning you away from your camp. Following these lights can't be a good idea, but what if they lead to something worthwhile? Some ancient long-forgotten treasure perhaps, or even someone who needs help. Unfortunately, these devilish creatures are wisps, and they lead to something much worse. The Wispmother. Wispmothers are found in all regions of Skyrim, but are particularly drawn to snowy and rural areas. Some dwell in the most dangerous crypts and ruins scattered throughout the land, where they lie in wait, just hoping to be disturbed. They appear as humanoid females, wreathed in mist and decaying rags, as deadly as they are beautiful. As combatants, they possess several abilities that one should prepare and anticipate in any engagement. Constantly on the move to dodge any incoming attack, they will summon mirrored copies of themselves, known as shades. While these shades drain the health of the assailant, transferring life energy back to the Wispmother, she continues a relentless onslaught of high-level frost spells and runes. As is the case with frost trolls found in this region, adventurers can defend against the Wispmother's attacks using fire. Frost resistance potions can also aid survival, helping mitigate damage from her spells. Wispmothers are almost always found in the presence of wisps, and they often attack in tandem. The connection between these ethereal creatures is a highly debated topic within the adventuring community, rooted in ancient folklore and scattered accounts. The denizens of Skyrim believe that wisps are victims of a Wispmother, trapped souls doomed to lure hapless adventurers to the same bitter end. However, Viliane of Synod, an expert in spriggans and other embodiments of nature, believes that the relationship between wisps and Wispmothers is of a more symbiotic design. She posits that wisps are independent creatures that act as a lure willingly, leading victims to the Wispmother to share in the psycho-ethereal energy released by her victims. Viliane also has strong opinions on the origin of Wispmothers, arguing that they exhibit behaviours similar to elemental personifications.
Elemental manifestations such as spriggans and ice wraiths are simply expressions of nature, and they are actually quite common throughout all of Nirn. Similarly to ice wraiths, the Wispmother manipulates frost elements rather than conjuring them, as in conventional sorcery.
A more widely accepted theory is that of the notable necromancy master Sarethi, who believes that Wispmothers exist in a necrologic state. He argues that Wispmothers are most likely a type of Lichdom, possibly developed by the long-forgotten snow owls, in which they share similar appearance. Snow owls are an ancient race of owls that inhabited Skyrim in the First Era, long lost to mysterious circumstances still unknown today. According to Sarethi, Wispmothers are not expressions of nature, but rather a cult of snow owl sorceresses who achieved eternal life through undeath. A major piece of evidence Sarethi puts forward to support his claim is a collection of spells belonging to the study of restoration that deals with the undead specifically. Masters of Restoration can effectively use the Turn Undead spell to make these Wispmothers flee in combat, supporting the claim that these creatures do exist in a necrologic state. Sarethi also posits that wisps are merely emanations or conjurations of the Wispmother, rather than free living creatures. Deep within the marshes of Morthal lies a crypt, said to contain a horror from an ancient era. The Pale Lady. For generations, the denizens of Morthal have whispered tales of this ghostly woman. Some say she steals children who wander from the path, or that her shrieking wails bind those who hear it to her will. Behind these tales may lie some truth. Ancient record speaks of an Tamriel, a figure Ysgrimmor's heirs battled for decades before finally sealing away in Frostmere Crypt. Here, we begin a journey into these depths, following an account of the legendary Dragonborn, Slayer of Alduin, the World Eater. Whilst travelling through the marshes of Morthal, the Dragonborn happened upon a ferocious battle. A group of bandits surrounding a woman fighting for her life. Without hesitation, the Dragonborn leapt into action, taking out the three bandits with ease, defending the badly injured woman. Once the battle had ended, the woman introduced herself as Isa Blackthorn, once a companion to the now late bandits. She explains that after months of digging in the lower crypts, they had broken through a wall revealing a hidden underground forest. Within was an altar with a beautiful blade resting upon the pedestal. Kjør, the bandit leader, took the blade as a trophy despite protests from the more superstitious of the group. One of Isa Blackthorn's companions, Regier, started having nightmares shortly after, rambling about a pale lady and her fury that they had unleashed. That morning, all hell broke loose. Regier had stolen the sword under cover of night, taking it deeper into the crypts. Believing Isa to be responsible, a fight ensued, and that is when the Dragonborn had arrived. On hearing Isa's account, the Dragonborn decides to venture into the unknown, to lay this evil to rest. As he moved into the underground forest, he came upon the bandit leader, Kjør, who had succumbed to mortal wounds. Nearby, the Dragonborn finds Kjør's journal and learns that Regier suspected that the blade was an artifact that binds the Pale Lady to this crypt, and he had begged Kjør to return it. Realizing that Regier would likely be ahead, the Dragonborn rushed to aid him in restoring the sword to its rightful place. Alas, the Dragonborn arrived too late, just in time to see Regier struck down by an unholy mix of beauty and wrath, Tamriel, the Pale Lady. Seeing the pale blade laying across Regier's body, Tamriel flew into a rage, charging at the Dragonborn, flinging ice spikes from her ethereal hands. Unbeknownst to the apparition, the Dragonborn was prepared for such attacks. Shouting in the voice of dragons, they shot past the Pale Lady in an impossible whirlwind of speed. Grabbing the sword from Rogier's body, the Dragonborn slammed it into its rightful place amidst the stone. In a flash of light and wailing screams, Tamriels' evil was once again sealed away. The Dragonborn, breathing a sigh of relief, knew that this evil could not be left unguarded and unchecked. To this day, Frostmere Crypt is a bustling research station manned directly by the Mages Guild. The Dragonborn entrusted that his esteemed guild members will be able to safeguard and learn from this unholy site. This fascinating encounter and subsequent research has given us incredible insights into Wispmothers and their ilk. Whilst the true origins of Wisps and Wispmothers are still hotly debated, new theories and evidence is still being brought forward to this day. Though the majority believe they exist as a form of Lichdom, their goals and true purpose still elude us. What scholars can all agree on, however, is that these creatures are incredibly dangerous and seek to cause us nothing but harm, and thus should be avoided at all costs. We hope you have enjoyed this episode. Please be sure to like and subscribe so you don't miss the next. Have fun, stay safe, and most importantly, be adventurous.